Alright, I'm back. Incidentally, it always takes me like 4 or 5 tries to do a video. If you hear a ping, I am talking to my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Sabrina. I love her very much. Weren't really raised together. I mean, we kind of were, but we weren't. But she's like I was in a different decade than she. So it's like age difference. But it's cool because we are all the same now. Alright, so I wanted to do a little caveat video from yesterday on more supplements that I use when I'm studying. I didn't mention a nice study book. Now, this binder I bought specifically for studying because I have the, 5-star has those pockets and you can just stuff things, and I use them a lot. This was my table of my, I don't know. It's like, whenever I'm done with a book, I'm going to check it off. I didn't even check. Like, there's some books that I'm already done with. But look, just because you read a book once, do go back and read it again. Because even with my audio Bible when I'm at work, I always start with Matthew or Genesis. Or sometimes I want to just get through Isaiah or Jeremiah, and it's just like, what did he say? But anyway, every time I listen to or read a book that I'm really comfortable in, the 4 Gospels, I'm like really comfortable. And I'm always going back to glean on those because there's always something else that you can find. Like, for instance, last night I fell asleep listening to, started off in Luke. By the time this morning rolled around, it was on Romans. And I know it was on Romans because I already know what the book of Acts, like the jargon there, like I'm pretty much comfortable and confident on what Luke sounds like when he's writing. So when it's Paul, I know it's Paul because Paul, he speaks colloquial Greek, which is street Greek, so I know the difference between those 2 books. And while I'm in my dream, I'm hearing the audio Bible, and I don't have like the exact sentence, but I do know what it was about. It was like how we're supposed to act or behave as Christians. So I'm like, mental note, go back and read it because I really wanted to just read it, I guess. That's why. Anyway, so notebook, write stuff inside. I have a online, it's not mine, but there's an interlinear where this is the Hebrew and then the rough translation, and then this is the King James, but you also have the numbers on top. No, I'm sorry, I misspoke. This doesn't have numbers on top. So, not like the greens. The greens has the numbers. This just has the Hebrew and then the phonetical, like what that word is. Here, I'll come in close so you can see. Okay, so it's kind of blurry, but you see how like this is the Hebrew, and then this is how you pronounce that, and then this is the English, and then that's the King James version. Okay, well, yep, alright. Bye, Sabrina. So, that's that. Then I also wanted to, like when I was younger, and by younger I mean like 31, 32. I'm 37. So back in 2012, I was like, just thinking out loud. And this is how silly we are, because we claim there's no God. Like when we're still like our eyes and ears are closed. We claim, I'm going to say it. You know how I know that everybody knows, believes that there's a God? Because when the poop hits the fan, they go straight, God, please, I know I never really come to you. They know they're there. Or when something doesn't really go their way, and now they're about to get caught and probably face criminal charges, like, God, please, if you let this one right out, I promise I'll come to you. Any of you guys ever done that? Or somebody's gonna die in the family, and then they want to pray, but then the family member dies and they want to like curse God. No, once you're born, you're destined to die. Or if we're living in our time, you could either die or stay alive until the second coming. I really do feel like we're the generations. So does that mean like your date setting? I don't remember. Yeah, I didn't. Because there's going to be one of them keyboard warriors. Oh, look, she's date setting. I just feel like we're the generation. You don't really know what a generation is. Anyway, I'm rambling again. So I have this. I'll put the website down below, including the online interlinear, for this extra biblical historical events for the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. It's an ancient, non-Christian source. So I'll link that down below. And there's like Cornelius, the great historian of ancient Rome, Gaius Suetonius Tranquillus, which is he was the chief secretary of Emperor Hadrian. That's 117 to 138 AD. Why is it? Oh, I was about to say, why is it going backwards if it's AD? Then Josephus, 37 to 97 AD. Now, this one in particular, it's if you print it out, it's going to be page 2 of 10. And so, Flavius Josephus, court historian for Emperor Vespasian. It's okay. Hooked on phonics didn't work for me, and I'm also not Greek, so it's okay. So this was 4 years after the death and resurrection of Jesus. So this is, as of right now, because I also haven't, like, there's this 3-volume book of each major historian, Josephus, Philo, and some other person that I want to get. But as of right now, this is the closest account. This little paragraph right here, this letter, is the closest that I've stumbled on, like, to Jesus, actually. It says, at this time there was a wise man who was called Jesus, and his conduct was good, and he was known to be virtuous. Oh my God, I can read. And many people from among the Jews and other nations became his disciples. Pilate condemned him to be crucified. Santa, leave puddles alone, and to die. And others who had become his disciples did not abandon his discipleship. They reported that he had appeared to them 3 days after his crucifixion and that he was alive. Accordingly, he was perhaps the Messiah, concerning whom the prophets had recounted wonders. And this is an Arabic translation. So I suppose that means that this was translated into English from an Arabic translation. But yeah, I'll have this down below for anybody that wants to have a more extensive, or that you're one of those historian type buffs, but you don't know where to start. That, like me, I don't know where to start. Like, I love the Bible, but I don't know how to read between the lines in life, period. So I'm not the type of person that can read something and then read more into it. I can now, especially with the Space Cadet. And that's why I like the audio Bible, because while I'm listening to it, I'm like, and I put them Lego pieces together, and then I can build something like a rocket ship or something. I don't know. So there's that. I don't want to go too much. Like, I really don't want this video to run over. Now, the next thing I'm going to delve into might be controversial for other people, but I really don't care, because I'm not telling you how to study. I'm just showing you how I study. Now, should you choose to go this route, like get your Bible, interlinears, the Strong's Concordance, and a companion Bible, If it's just going to be the basics, I would honestly recommend the Companion Bible and a Strong's Concordance. You can't go wrong with that. But if you want to go even deeper with that, then get you an interlinear. No, see, I was going to go somewhere and I chose not to. But anyway, these two books, I guess I should just, like, this is the Book of Enoch, but this also has the Book of Enoch in there, so I'm just going to, okay, both of these you can get on Amazon. But a little disclaimer, not really disclaimer, I believe I heard somewhere that the Book of Enoch was part of the Apocryphas before the Catholic Church removed it out of the Bible. I don't remember where I heard that from, so I'm not really going to speak on it because I don't like working off of shoddy memory. So that's neither here nor there. But I did hear Chuck Missler say something about that it's good to read because it's a good read, number one, but it's not canonized, and some people, they feel a little touchy. But anyway, he said something about it being written close to, I don't know if it's the BC or the AD, like, picture the 0 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like somewhere around the 0 to the 100. I don't remember. Okay, well, I guess I should have just flipped it to the back. But anyway, you can read whatever that's there. It says something about revealed. It was copied around, okay, I'll read this part. The discovery of the text from Qumran Cave 4, so I guess a series of caves, has finally provided parts of the Aramaic original Ethiopic version of the Book of Enoch. Paleographic dating of the Enoch fragments found, and now it's called 4Q201, revealed it was copied around 200 to 150 BC. The first Ethiopic version published in the West was printed around the 19th century. So there, if that means anything to you guys. So pretty much this, the reason why I do choose to subscribe to this is because Enoch was the youngest out of all of them that got shot up like a slingshot. Like, God was like, you, look, we're homeboys. Come on. Just come on. You've been walking with me for all these years. You might as well just come on home. So if all the other ones lived between 800 years to 900 and something, Methuselah being the oldest one. But if he got called up and he has a book, like, why wouldn't we read his book? But that's okay, because this book, it starts off with the most, like, whoa. I think it's here. If you'll indulge me. Anyway, I have to get used to reading out loud. Anyway, I think, okay, the words of the blessed Enoch wherewith he blessed the righteous who lived in the sure. Anyway, I read it for sure in this book that this book was not for their time, nor was it for the time around Jesus, nor was it time for King Henry, nor this book specifically, just the first one. I'm not talking about Enoch 2 or Enoch 3. I can't speak on those sources at all. I don't know where it came from. But the first book of Enoch was written for a remote generation, the last generation. It's, in my opinion only, that this book kind of fell off the radar, so to speak, and then reemerged now so that we can read, because it goes into more details on the angels that left their estate, their habitation. That you can read of that in the book of Jude, and then also 2 Peter. Like Peter talked, you can read about it in Genesis 6, and then I think Peter talks about it, and then Jude. But it's all over the place. This gives a more in-depth, like, what happened, then what they actually taught. According to this book, some of the fallen angels. Now, there's a difference between demons and fallen angels. Okay, there's a difference. They're not the same beast. They taught females about abortion and all kinds of goodies in here. Like, if you are one of those people that would like to know more, I am not saying that I'm not endorsing this book. Okay, please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. What I'm saying, I cannot disprove nor can I prove that this was the actual account. But if you choose to subscribe to it, I will link it down below where I got it on Amazon. Now, this book was written, well, it wasn't written by, because these books already exist, but there is a little section where he put his input, and then the other books like Genesis, Enoch 1, Jasher, and Jubilees. But this was written or published by Rob Skiba, who also believes in flat earth. I do too. And if you don't, that's okay. We can still be friends. Like, it's not that serious. I love Power Rangers. You probably like Dragon Ball Z. We can still have fun. You can come over. We can watch Power Rangers and eat popcorn. So, Rob Skiba. Enoch 1 I already mentioned. Jasher. The book of Jasher was mentioned in the book of Joshua. Which, did you know that Joshua is also Jesus? Okay, the name, not the people. Okay, Jesus is the Greek version of Yeshua or Yahushua, which is the same name that Joshua, after Moses, they have the same name. It means Yahweh's Savior. Little fun fact in there. So anyway, in the book of Joshua, they're talking about something and about him making the sun stand still here and the moon stand still here, and it says, isn't this event recorded in the book of Jasher? So the only thing that I have a little oof about is the name for Noah's wife's name in the book of Jasher is not the same name as in the book of Jubilees. That's the only reason why I really haven't delved into Jubilees. But maybe it's just like a nickname, or I don't know who wrote the book of Jasher, and I don't know who wrote the book of Jubilees. Maybe they come from two different regions, and it's the same name, but just, I don't know, my name is Audrey, but other people call me Andrea. Even though it's really Ethelthrife, which means noble strength. Ha! Anyway, what does your name mean? You know what your name means? I'm gonna be lame and, what does your name mean? I don't know. Comment down below and let me know what your name means. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna keep it at that. Oh my goodness, this is like my shortest video. No, that American Sign Language video was the shortest. Anyway, I know I said a bunch of stuff and nothing at the same time. So just to recap, get you a good notebook with folders, or you can just get a composition notebook and then folders on the side. I don't know. This is just convenient for me. I guess just one location, poop, and I don't have to worry about it. Like, all of that stuff in my notebook has been there since I bought the notebook back in 2017. We are now 2019. I'll link the interlinear online, which is cool. It's like very interactive. Not interactive, but like you click on, anyway, whatever. Maybe I'll put a, no, I can't do that either. I don't know how to share my screen, so maybe I'll YouTube how to share my screen, and I can make this a little more interactive for us. Talked about the non-Christian resources. I'll link that as well. The book of Enoch, book of Jubilees, book of Jasher. I really like the book of Jasher, and I'll tell you why. Because the Bible already has a lot of information. I'm pretty sure God was like, you know what? I think I should just snapshot. So if you want to go like this and really see the whole picture, the book of Jasher goes into more detail, like how old, what's his name? Isaac was not a little kid that that Abraham took to go sacrifice up on that mountain. He was not a little kid, but we picture him as a little kid because they don't really have. They have dates like 60 and 20 and 5 months or whatever, but he wasn't a little kid. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So anyway, those are my supplementations. I know I said a lot, but nothing at the same time. It's just I don't do like an outline of what I want to talk about. I can't because I never follow it. I'm just the type of person to want to off the top of my head. That's it. So I think I want to, let's try, not right now, but let's try the first chapter of Genesis sometime this week. Maybe I might do it later on tonight. I don't know. But really want to start doing more videos to get myself comfortable. I really hate reading out loud. Like, I hate it. I stumble on words, and I'm not going to edit. I'm not going to... It's whatever. It's whatever. But I really want to do it, so I'm going to leave it right there. Okay, that's it. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Well, I'm not really going to see you. It's more like, I don't know why we say that, because I'm not going to see you guys. You're the one that's going to see me. So there's that.